As my mom picked the apples on this late summer day, I was daydreaming about places so far away. I wanted to leave this town, and here are my reasons. School started, so the ice cream stores closed for the season. There's no more puddles of mud or tadpoles in the creek. My sister and I have been bored for over a week. Wait all day to see our brother just before dinner. Night comes soon after because days are getting thinner. Since there is nowhere on Earth I really want to go, a bigger plan for an outer space trip starts to grow. If we had a rocket ship to escape gravity, we would float around in space enjoying what we see. My sister agreed to come along on this mission, and now all I need is to get my mom's permission. I'll ask my mom so sweetly that she'll have to say yes. We'll probably be returning in a year or less. With any luck, she'll pack for us some PB&J and large jugs of water so we can be on our way. She was peeling apples in the kitchen when I peeked. I took a deep breath, and from my mouth the plan leaked. Yvette and I want to take a rocket ship to space. I'll look out for her as we float all over the place. Next year I start kindergarten. We'll be back by then. I ended, trying to make it sound like a question. I knew Mom was smiling by the way her words sound. She didn't have to stop her peeling or turn around. Well, she said, I would miss you too and worry so much, and there's really no good way for us to keep in touch. But if you can give me a more detailed plan than that, I'll sleep on it, she said, giving her head a pat. She was going to think about it. That's a good sign. I've got to research a plan, and I don't have much time. Soon I was back in the kitchen for a second try. The peeling was now finished, so my mom's hands were dry. She stopped cutting the apples and examined what I held. It was my map to Saturn, which I carefully spelled. It's got a double ring system and 60-some moons. Yes, my mom interrupted, but you won't be back soon. It can take 7 years to get to Saturn one way. Any gas giant planet is too far, I would say. I'll be back, I said, and went off to consult my book. I know there's a planet close to Earth that's worth a look. I have heard just a bit about the solar system, and I know Earth's position is very premium. Mercury's too close to the sun to be any fun, while the sunrise on Venus would visually stun. We could blow around, be poisoned, or melt when landing. Mars was the last terrestrial planet in standing. There, we will only have a couple weeks to explore, since the voyage to Mars takes 7 months or more. I think that Mom would let me start kindergarten late. If the school knew where I was, they'd be happy to wait. Mars and its double moons would be a worthwhile view. Being one more planet further from the sun's good, too. The solar system's most immense canyon is found there. Called the Mariner Valley, nothing on Earth compares. Ready to enter the kitchen with my third request, I hoped that Mars would be more suitable than the rest. How about Mars, I shouted as Mom rolled her pie crust. The red planet, it got that way by the soil's rust. I'm very impressed, she said, but what else do you know? It does have the solar system's largest volcano. And dust storms and tornadoes, you don't like those on Earth. If you feel scared the whole time, what's the trip really worth? I knew she was right, but it still hurt me to admit, since we'd have to go to the moon now, not a planet. Then what about the moon? People have been there before. That might work, she said, but what does the trip have in store? I know it takes only 3 days to get to the moon. If we go there, we can definitely be back soon. She said, I wonder more about the equipment you'll need, like how you'll get the oxygen required to breathe. The only planet where you can breathe freely is ours, and at night you'll be frigid floating among the stars. The days will be blazing hot. Prepare for all of this. You have my permission, just don't leave without a kiss. Finally, it's decided we're going to the moon, so we gather the supplies we need in one room. Walkie-talkies, a camera, markers, and blank paper. Batteries, a garbage can that will hold in vapors. My sister brought cheese slices and meat peanut butter. Mom even added bread and water to our clutter. We found many, many boxes and filled them with air. Just like the bread and water, we're going to have to share. We might need winter and summer clothes in the same day, and we needed enough toys to pass the time away. We stopped and examined the great pile and list. We need to borrow a rocket that won't be missed. Just then my sister and I heard sounds from the school bus. We decided this trip was not worth all the fuss. The pie Mom had made was now cooling on the oven. Compared to space travel, life on Earth is like heaven. We heard our big brother's footsteps, so we ran to hide. One quick game before pie, he said when he got inside.